Hello students, welcome you to this session. Current session is on complex numbers. The use of complex number is very essential for the students of electrical engineering. This is part 1 on complex number. Before we start this session, please you subscribe our channel. Let's start. Integer number. Before doing complex numbers, we should have the knowledge of integer numbers and fractional numbers and real numbers. So we first discuss integer numbers. Integer numbers are always denoted by I or Z. Integer numbers are always denoted by capital I or capital Z. Any number without decimal is an integer number. Plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, and so on up to infinity are positive integers. And minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 are negative integers. Now we come to fractional number, floating point number. Floating point number are decimal numbers having decimal points in number, or number in floating points are in the form of P upon Q form. Any number with decimal or any number in the form of P upon Q 9 upon 45, 68.848, 88.54, 544.322, 899766.567. All these numbers are decimal numbers. So now we come to real number. Real number are made up of integer or fractional or irrational numbers. Real number may be an integer, real number may be a fractional number, real number may be an irrational number. Real number may be an integer number, may be a fractional number in the form of P upon Q, or maybe an irrational number. I hope these numbers are clear to you. Now we learn the need of complex number. Complex number. We are seeing quadratic equations on screen. There are two quadratic equations on slide. One is x square plus 7x plus 10 equal to 0, and second is x square plus 1 equal to 0. First equation is x square plus 7x plus 10 equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation and its roots are minus 5 and minus 2. Its mean, if we put the value of minus 5 into x, then answer will become 0. And if we will put minus 2 in x, then answer will also come 0. So these are roots of a quadratic equation. These are roots of a quadratic equations. So these are real numbers. Minus 5, minus 2 are from real numbers. So real numbers, there are many equations that can be easily solved by putting real numbers. There are many equations that give the solutions in real numbers. But we have this equation x square plus x square plus 1. This is a quadratic equation. If we fill any number, real number, then it doesn't come 0. If we fill any real number, it will not come 0. Because if we put 5 square, 25 plus 1, it's 25. Is not equal to 0. So I want to say there are many quadratic equations that can be easily solved while putting real numbers. But there are also many such equations. There are many quadratic equations that are not solved by real numbers, that do not give solution that belong to real numbers. So in this equation, as I am saying to you, x square plus 1 equal to 0. In this equation, real numbers are not giving us solution. Real numbers are not giving us solution. Putting any real number, we are not getting zero answer. So if we put minus under root minus 1, then it comes to 0. So under root minus 1 is called imaginary number. Under root minus 1 is called imaginary number. I hope you would have cleared the difference of this quadratic equation and this quadratic equation. This is such an quadratic equation where we put minus 5 or minus 2, we get 0 answer. But if we put any real number into this equation, then we cannot get 0 answer. So only under root minus 1 if we put, then we get answers equal to 0. So there are many quadratic equations that cannot be easily solved by putting real numbers, or there are many such quadratic equations that don't have roots in real number. So such equations that are not solved easily or that don't have roots in real number are always solved by imaginary number. So now we come to next slide. Imaginary number is denoted by I, and it is called iota. Under root minus 1 is an imaginary number we have learned, and I equal to under root minus 1, an imaginary number. An imaginary number. Imaginary number I equal to iota. Again, we are showing I under root minus 1 is an imaginary number. I equal to under root minus 1 we have learned. And if we make square of this number, then it comes equal to minus 1. If we square both sides of this equation, then it comes I square and under root is cancelled. It only minus 1 is left. So it means I square equal to minus 1. It also tells us if I has even power, if I has even power, if I has even power, then it is equal to minus 1. Then it is equal to minus 1. Because we have seen when we square, when we make square, when we square both sides of this equation, then I becomes I square and under root minus 1 whole square with this under root is cancelled and it shows only, it gives only minus 1. So I even power, I with even power is always equal to minus 1. And we know imaginary numbers are written as like this. I4, we can write 10 imaginary number in this way. 7i, 9i, I12. We can write I before the number or after the number. It's okay? Yes. So how to write a complex number? Complex number is always written in this way. Real number plus an imaginary number. Like 2 plus I7, 8 plus 6 iota. These two numbers are complex numbers. So in this session, I have taken only complex number basics. For knowing these numbers, we should have the knowledge of integer number, floating number, real numbers, and need of complex number, and we should have the knowledge of why do we use complex number. It is very essential for the students of electrical engineering, and it is used to find the solution of complex quadratic equations. In complex quadratic equations, imaginary number is used because it gives us the root of such complex quadratic equations. So I stop this session at this. So have a nice time. Thank you. Please subscribe our channel. Now we learn in next session. Thank you.